guys, it's Siegfried and Roy here, back with another crazy magic video. Today, I'm going to show you guys a coin trick because I don't think I've done enough coin tricks, and for some reason, people click on coin tricks. So why not exploit the very broken YouTube magic algorithm? But before that, you should totally subscribe to the channel and do all the things that people do. I have a Patreon, Pig Cake Card Academy, where I'm teaching you guys the basics. Of course, this episode is sponsored by the Pig Cake Card Academy, so you should go check it out on patreon.com/pigcake with two E's. So here's the trick. You go and you say, hey, do you know what that is, sir? Do you see that? Well, you're dirty. Your ear is very dirty because you have a coin in your ear. You should seriously get that checked out because honestly, you're not supposed to have that there. That could lead to tetanus. But anyways, thank you for the donation, sir. I'll add it to the magic fund right here in my pocket. But I'll tell you what, I'll show you a great trick with my ring. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's one of these magic M rings, if it could ever focus. It's a magic M ring. So this ring actually has some magical properties, believe it or not. If you actually give it a little bit of a cover of darkness, you could actually get it to fill the holes, and it actually starts to look a little bit like a quarter. What? Wait, you don't think that's the same quarter that I put inside of my... Oh, man. Yes, it is. Oh, boy. Yes, it is. You can have that back, honestly. I don't need that. I'm a magician. I make the big bucks. Hey there, Roy and Siegfried here with another crazy... we already did the... Okay, so here's how the trick's done. You need a quarter and you need a ring. Hopefully the ring is on your left hand. You could do this with your right hand, but you're going to have to do a classic palm with the coin and take the ring off. This ring is really tight, so not going to work. This ring comes out a little bit easier, which is why I use this ring. And you're going to need a quarter. Coin magic, not to sound like an old fuck, but I think coin magic should be a little bit slowed down and deliberate as to the actions, because that's what makes it beautiful. Now, not to say that there isn't some stuff in the coin magic community now that's fairly quick and still beautiful. However, I think that a lot of people are focusing on this idea of, this sort of stuff, this weird where the coin keeps changing, and by the end of the thing, people are like, hey, did I just join the Bloods? Because it seems like you just hit me up with about a thousand gang signs, sir. I don't want to be part of a gang. I have a family. So it's slowed down. Slow it down. Here is just one spellbound, and that's it. That's all it is. You're doing one spellbound color change, and you're good to go. So spellbound is a beautiful color change that I think has been passed over for more rapid color changes. So here's the actual mechanics of the routine. You borrow a quarter, and it's very important that you borrow a quarter because you say, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for the money. I really need it. I'm a magician, so I don't make any money. So I appreciate that. So you're going to need to do that. If you just take out a quarter from your pocket and put it back in the other pocket, that's going to be a little suspect. So you need to borrow a quarter for this. And if somebody doesn't have a quarter, don't do the trick. Don't do the simple as that. So here, what you do is you say, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for the donation. You're going to do a false transfer to the left hand. Now, I have talked a little bit in depth of the mechanics of the false transfer, again, on Patreon. So if you guys want to check that out. However, briefly, you hold the coin in your right hand. You're going to use your thumb to press down on the coin as you turn the hand over. You want to make sure that you time it so that you're not doing this. So you want to have a little bit of a good timing there so that when you turn your hand over, your thumb is going to be what keeps the coin in the hand. Now, your left hand is going to do a couple actions at the same time. When it's touched by the right hand, not only is it going to feel very comfortable because it was done with consent, but also it's going to turn over. So you notice that it's going to turn over like this as if it's just received the coin and give a little bit of a fidget. It's not one of these, magic sort of I'm wishing it away in the wishing well sort of actions. It's just a casual little adjustment of the coin apparently in the hand, because if you do transfer the coin from hand to hand generally, you would do some sort of adjustment. So why not do that same adjustment with the coin not being in your hand? Oh boy, hot tips for pick cake. So here you're going to do a false transfer, and you're going to put the coin apparently in your pocket as you say, thank you, sir, for the donation. Notice what I'm doing here. The coin is in finger palm in my right hand. Look at how hot that looks. You know, I think it would look hotter if it was at 400 ISO. Then it would look way hotter. Oh, yeah. So you notice that coin is in fingertip, but I point at the spectator and I say, thank you for that, sir. That really means a lot as a magician because I'm very poor. As you do that, you're going to draw attention to your ring and say, actually, I'll show you something interesting with my ring because it does have a little bit of a magic property. And here, obviously, I have the coin in finger palm. I'm just taking the ring away and I'm showing the ring and saying that it has a little bit of a magic property here. So as you're doing this, you're getting ready for Spellbound. That position is over here. You notice that I'm bringing the coin from where it was in finger palm. I'm just bringing it up to the fingertips here. And all that's going to happen is that I'm going to cover the ring with my fingertips, drop the ring in the hand, and brush away with my fingertips. That's all that's happening. Now, obviously, you're angling your hand a little bit slightly up. The reason for that is because you want to drop the action of the ring falling in the hand. So you don't want that to be the overt action. You want to try to move your fingertips the least amount as possible. Now, obviously, you're going to cover it with your hand, so whatever movement of the fingertip is going to be obscured by your hand, but you still want to make sure that there's no unnecessary movement of your fingertips. So I'm angling my hand up, and I'm levering the coin with my fingertip here, so I could take the coin and show it with my right hand as I drop my left hand. So all in all that's happening is very simply I'm dropping the ring, in the finger palm as I'm leaving the quarter there and just brushing my hand away and showing the change. Now, it's not going to be one of these, hey, look, it's changed about 1,000. It's not going to be one of those. It's more of a just deliberate covering action and changing it into the quarter. Now, once you have changed it into the quarter, you're just going to draw attention to it as your left hand drops and say, wait a minute, that's the quarter tip you gave me. You don't think that now you're going to reach in your pocket, pull out the ring, and guess what? You have a nice little transposition. So all in all, it should just look like you get a quarter from a spectator and you go, thank you, sir, for the donation. I really appreciate it. It's very valued because, I'm a magician and I don't make a lot of money. But I'll show you something interesting with my ring because that's actually kind of cool. If you notice, it's one of these weird M rings that you see a bunch of magicians wearing to draw attention to themselves, because that's what they do. They just draw nonstop attention to themselves. But actually, if you cover the ring for a brief moment, it actually, oh no! That looks like the quarter you gave me. You don't think that means that, oh yeah, boy. And of course, there you go. So that's a trick. There are very similar things by Jay Sankey, Greg Wilson. I think even David Williamson has a similar idea. But this is just a simplified version of that, just involving a spellbound, nothing too complicated. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys get some tips with it, right? Because you do this trick 4 times, that's $1. That's a cheeseburger at McDonald's. And, you could eat it and... well, then that's nutrition, right? So there you go, guys. Thank you. I'm going to go do all the things that people do myself and also figure out different ways to use a beach chair to sit down at places that aren't the beach. Oh boy, nothing I love more than using my beach chair in places that aren't the beach. Man, this is the greatest thing ever. Boy, if more people would only do this, I think the world would be a better place. There you go. How do you? I think that's it. There. My good old beach chair. I'll sit down.
See you again when I see you again. When I see you again, when I see you again, when I see you again, when I see